Hey guys, what's up? This is VisitJoan, and today we are going to be building a community pool. Now, this was my first attempt at the Sim Streamers and YouTubers collab, but you'll soon find out that I quickly ran into a pretty big problem in the fact that I could not keep this under budget. So the idea of the collab was to either create a beach in Sulani or a pool in Willow Creek, and since almost all of the lots in Sulani were already filled up, I decided, you know what, I am going to build a pool, and I kind of came up with an idea of like a multi-layered pool, you know, make it look cool. The problem is that this particular build had to be on a budget of 50,000 simoleons. I don't know where that rule came from, it just randomly appeared out of nowhere, but, well, you know what, it's just, so the first way I decided to keep track of the budget is just put a sim in the lot, mother load it up to 50,000 simoleons, and then basically when I would hit 0, I wouldn't be able to spend any more money and I'd be done. However, I completely looked over the fact that the sim starts with a decent amount of money. So that idea was pretty much in the trash from the beginning. So I left live mode, I entered buy mode, the separate buy mode, and I had the little window open to see how much lot was worth. But as I was building, the number wouldn't increase. So I figured, okay, now I gotta try this again. I took the sim out and then went back into buy mode, and I had already spent like 45,000 simoleons. And at that point, I was just like, you know what, forget it, this is not going to work, I'm not going to be able to keep this in budget, I'm going to do a beach instead, and just redo the beach, which you guys already saw by the time this is out. Because there was no way I was going to be able to keep a cool looking pool within 50,000 simoleons, it just wasn't going to happen. And when I realized that, I decided, you know what, since I had already started this build and started recording it, I decided I'm just going to keep doing it, keep recording it, keep building it, and it'll be its own video, and you guys will be able to see what it would have been if there was no budget restrictions. So I wanted to kind of do like a multi-level pool and have like the jumping platforms or diving boards or whatever they're called off like the top level and into the bottom of the pool, and I did play test them. They are functional, but your sim will get stuck swimming in midair, so you'll have to teleport them or do something like that. But if you're doing videos or stories or anything like that, it will visually work, it just won't play out in the game all that well. But anyway, I also wanted to have like a little toddler area in the middle. And it was actually really kind of funny because I originally planned to put an island in the middle of like the lower pool. And then I realized, wait a minute, these toddlers aren't going to be able to get in there because they can't go into pools and they can't climb foundations. So I had to add like a little walkway in there, and I was going to do 2, but I'm like, no, I wanted the pool to be one big pool, so I just put 1 there. It's like a little spray ground area that you see at like some water parks, and I have like a slide for them to go down, and lots of different, sprinklers, there we go. And I actually did use some of the new debug objects, and I really thought I was never going to use those because I was looking through them, and I'm like, I don't really know how I find a use for this, but I actually did for some of the corals and stuff. So I kind of made it like a coral reef themed, like little area, and I just put like random pieces of coral over, and I took like little water emitters and like shrunk them down so it looked like, you know, water was spraying out of the coral, because in a lot of kid areas and water parks, that's, you know, what they do. They have a lot of, you know, sprayers going on. In fact, there was this one area at the Wilderness Hotel and Golf Resort in the Wisconsin Dells that they've taken this area out. But it used to have, and this was like when I was a kid, but it used to have this like little barrel that, you know, like a little bit of water would come out, and when you slapped it, it would just spray. The water would just go all the way to the top, and my cousin loved that thing. Like, he would always slap that and then make it go back down to the lower water height and then slap it again. He felt like it was the greatest thing ever created. But I was kind of going for that little effect there, and of course, you know, a lot of little toddler areas would have, you know, water slides, so I had that there as well. And I also decided that it would be really cool if, like, you know, there was a building in the back, because that's where the bar would go and that's where the changing rooms were and all that stuff. And I decided, you know, it would be really cool if we had the top layer pool have, like, you know, windows so people could see everyone swimming. So on the lower floor of the building is like where the bar is. It's like the little hangout area where you can go and you can grab a snack and something and all this other stuff, I guess. You could sit down, you could just chat. If you don't want to go in the pool, you don't have to. And on the top level is the changing rooms. And what I did with the changing rooms, I had, you know, like a communal area where everybody can go in. And that's where, like, all the lockers were. And you wouldn't really change in there, but you put your stuff in there. And then you go into, like, there's, like, little changing areas. There's one for men's, there's one for women's. And then there's one for if you have any Sims that don't fit into the binary, I have accommodated them too. But what I've done is I've created, there's one toilet, one shower, and one just little generic area where Sims would be able to change. If this was, Sims can change anywhere and nobody really cares. But for realistic purposes, I figured, you know what, we could just have this, little changing area. Because each of the shower, the toilet, and the changing area are each in their own little stalls with the doors closed that you can lock. So you don't really have to worry about, seeing other people changing clothes or using the bathroom or stuff like that. I also put like a little hot tub on the deck on the upstairs because, well, I thought it was just like a unique idea. I don't know why I'm saying all of this. I usually just don't like it when people just go on and on and on about the build specifically, like what pack they use and where they put stuff where. I don't know. I kind of like the behind the scenes, but after a while it's like, okay, I don't need to know what pack every single piece of furniture in this build is from. It's just kind of gets annoying. And I really just don't have anything else to say about this build other than the fact that I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you left a like. And be sure to comment, tell me what you liked about it and all that stuff. Please consider subscribing. And I'm going to be seeing you in the next video, guys. Bye.